and knot and shuffle. So it's the end of a week. For us Liverpudlians, it's been a heck of a week, no matter whether you're a red or a blue. And the heat and everything else that's happening as lockdown comes to an ease. It certainly feels quite a vibe of chaoticness coming back into the world. When things were quite chaotic, but we couldn't do anything about them. Now as lockdown starts to ease. So I want you to find a comfortable position and just gently close your eyes and just notice where your attention is. So just notice what you're feeling in the body today. Notice your energy levels. Bringing your awareness to the temperature of the skin. Likely going to be hot for this clammy weather. Bringing your awareness to the natural rate of the breath. Bringing your awareness to how busy the mind is. Just acknowledge that as we come to practice, that's normal for the mind to be quite busy. The practice and the breathing exercises are just going to gently bring our awareness to the body as we dedicate to the practice. Hands can be on your knees. You're going to turn your palms facing up to start with. Create a mudra with your thumb and your index finger so you've got a circle of energy continuing through the body, through the thumb, all the way through the index finger. And then before we start to do pranayama, I'm inviting you to set an intention for the class. Maybe just to not melt, maybe your intention for this evening. If you're struggling for inspiration, for intention, you can join me on my intention, which tonight I want to really connect with my breath. Especially when it's hot, I find myself feeling quite breathless, breathing quite quick and feeling quite rushed. So just connecting back with the deep breaths. Take a scan of the body from head to toe. Repeating your intention silently in your mind. Acknowledge that the next 60 minutes is about moving the body through the postures and the breath, really resetting from the week, letting go of any negative energy that no longer serves us, and setting ourselves up for the weekend ahead. So when you're ready, you're going to gently blink your eyes open. We're going to start doing some pranayama on our belly breath. So you've got an option to put your hands on your ribs, or option to put both hands over the belly button. So what we're going to do to start with, we're going to do a deep belly breath, but also can be referred to as like Buddha belly breath. So it's quite common in the Western society. We're always told to hold our stomach in, keep them abs tight. And when we do that, when we breathe, it means that we limit the breath to just up in the chest. And we want, in yoga, we want the breath in your belly. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that when we're in yoga, we need to know when to switch that off and when to switch it on. So I want you to place your hands on your belly. And I want you to imagine that you're trying to squeeze into a size 6 pair of jeans, which would not go over my toe. But imagine you're trying to squeeze yourself into something really skinny. You're trying to get yourself as skinny as you can, really suck that belly button in. And then I want you to take a deep breath through your nose while you've got that stomach sucked in. Notice how deep you can breathe. Notice whether the breath is all in the chest. Really keep that belly button muscles sucked in. And then exhale. So again, really inhale. Imagine you're trying to make yourself nice and skinny. You're really breathing in the belly. And then take a deep inhale through your nose while your stomach's sucked in. Notice where the breath is. It's likely to be up in your chest, not in your belly. Let go. Now we're going to do the complete opposite. So you're going to let your belly completely hang out. Something we're not used to doing, especially if you're conscious about that's where you hold your weight. You might like to be holding it in. I want you to really push your stomach out. Imagine that you're trying to round your lower back. Imagine you've got a nice Buddha belly, nice little sand-head jelly belly wobble. And then I want you to really just let go of the muscles in the belly. Put your hand on your stomach. And as you take an inhale through your nose, imagine you're trying to inhale right to the bottom of your belly. So you're going to take a deep inhale for 3. Fill the belly and then open your mouth, sigh out. Inhale for 4. Let the belly rise out. As you exhale, try not to control anything in the stomach. Just let the stomach be completely free. Take an inhale for 5 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you hold at the top of your breath, really let the belly go. Feel the belly nice and full with air. Open your mouth and exhale. Continuing at that rate, we're going to inhale together for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top of your breath, completely let go of the belly. Don't hold it in at all. Hold nice and tall, and then open your mouth and exhale. Inhale in, really feel the belly push the hands away from you as you take an inhale for 5. Hold when you get to the top of your breath. Open your mouth, let it go. Take 1 deep inhale in for 2. Open your mouth, exhale. Inhale for 2. Open your mouth, exhale. Coming back to a deep belly breath. We're going to see if we can go up to number 7. So you're going to take an inhale for 7, 6, 5. Really push that belly out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth and let all that air go. Just notice all the muscles in the stomach that are working differently than if we hold our stomach in. Let's do that one more time. Inhale in for 7. Really let the belly go out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you hold to the top of your breath? Can you feel that belly full of air? We're not in the chest, we're all in the belly. Hold nice and strong. Open your mouth and let all that air out. This time take a deep inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. And then I want you to gently give your belly a bit of a massage. So you're going to start at the top of your belly button. Fingers are slightly together. And just kind of like work your fingers into your stomach. And then come out either side of your belly button, giving your belly a massage. If you're like me and your belly is the one thing about your body that you absolutely hate, and this might feel quite awkward, but try to just let the ego go and try to really get deep into the muscles. So we're really working into the abdominals, the stomach. If you go below the belly button, you're starting to work into the pelvic area. Really giving yourself a nice deep massage. Maybe go into circles in the stomach. Really good if you've got any back pain. Obviously the back muscles at the back are also connected to the front muscles. So a really nice massage. And then when you're ready, come back, hands on your belly. We're going to do that again. So we're going to inhale for 5, let your belly go big. Really fill that belly with air. Imagine you're filling a balloon. As you exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Nice. Now knowing when to switch that on and off depends on the asana, the pose. So notice when we do the breath, when we do the poses, when I tell you to deep belly breath, or whether I tell you to engage your abs. When we engage the abs, we still want to do a deep belly breath, but we don't want to keep the breath up in the chest. So we're going to try and practice that because it sounds quite contradictory. So placing your hands either side of the belly button. I want you to sit nice and tall, roll your shoulder blades back. I want you to be halfway in between, letting your belly fall out and really sucking in. So you can even really stick your belly out and then really suck it in and find your halfway point. In that halfway point, you should feel nice and strong, but you shouldn't feel as if you're holding your breath. So the muscles of the abs are still working, but they're not necessarily in a chokehold. See if you can do that and see if you can take an inhale and fill the belly, but still keep a little bit of control over the abs, so not too much, just a little bit, and then exhale. Inhale in, exhale out. Nice, we're going to do some more pranayama later on. So for now, we're just going to connect back in with the breath for a regular pace for the rest of the class. So I want you to inhale through the nose for a count of 3, and then exhale through the nose for the count of 3. So we're going to be moving tonight at that count. In for 3, out for 3. Right, so as we start, you're going to roll over onto your bum if you're not already there. Cross your legs in front of you. If you've got a block, you can pop that onto the back of your hips. You can either cross your legs in front of you or you can butterfly your legs so soles of the feet together. Wherever you are, just find a comfortable position. We're going to start with the hands on the knees, and then remembering our breath, in for 3, out for 3. On the inhale, you're going to take your body to the left from the hips. And then on the exhale, you're going to take yourself forward to the right and then back round. We inhale to the left, forward and round. I want you to see if you can really melt the sitting bones into the ground, switch the leg muscles off, and just start to pivot from the hips. Hands are glued to the knees. They're not pulling us at all. They're completely heavy. We're moving from the hip, and an option to kind of let your head roll forward and back as you do this. Remembering to do it with the breath. In for 3, out for 3. In for 3, Out for 3. When you've exhaled, you're going to change direction. So inhale to the right, exhale to the left. Again, try and do it from the hips. So you want the upper body to lead the movement, not the legs or the hands. Inhale for 3, exhale for 3. Really let the spine move the way it wants to. Take a couple more breaths. Here, in for 3, out for 3. And then when you're ready, I want you to come back to center. You're going to inhale, really reach your hands to the sky, nice and tall. We're going to check in with our posture here. So I want your sitting bones nice and heavy into the ground. I want you to imagine there's a straight line from the top of your head to the base of your spine. So we don't want to be leaning forward or back. We want a nice straight line. Really drop your shoulder blades into the back. That's the one. Make sure there's a nice gap between your chin and your chest. I want you to reach up and make yourself as tall as you can. Really reach up and stretch, and then see if you can keep that length, but just gently bring the elbows, the shoulders back into the sockets. So we inhale, reach up. As you exhale, bring the arms down slightly, but still feel nice and tall. And then when you're ready, you're going to melt the arms down to cactus, and again, check in with the posture. Pinch them shoulder blades together. Nice space between your chin and your chest. Drop the elbows, really spread the fingers. And then we're going to inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, you're going to cactus over to the right slightly. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. So you can be really little movements here as you inhale up for 3. As you exhale down for 3, even just a minuscule movement to the right. Just depends what's working for you today. In, out, and then exhale down to the left. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. One more. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Gently back to center. You're going to do some circles with the wrists. So hands are going to come in forward. You're going to keep your body exactly where it is. So your head is directly above your pelvis. You're not leaning forward at all. But reach forward with the arms. So we don't reach forward with the body. The body stays in a nice straight line, but the hands are reaching away from us. So we've got tension in both directions. Our hands are reaching for something in front of us. As the arms and the shoulders and the head stay nice and still. And then when you're ready, you're going to gently place that left hand to the side. Inhale, reach to the sky with your right arm, check in with your posture. Drop that right shoulder blade into the back. Make sure the sitting bones are into the ground. The left hand shouldn't be supporting you at all. You should be nice and straight. The left hand is just there, raising the top of the floor. Inhale, look up. As you exhale, walk that left hand away from you. Melt the right hand to the left, but make sure that your chest is facing forward. So if you had something wrote written, I'm not sure, but English is never good for me. If you've got something on your t-shirt that reads, I should be able to read every word of it. We don't want to collapse forward. We want to melt to the side. So we're going to hold here and breathe. In for 3. As you exhale for 3, really reach with that right hand. In for 3. Exhale for 3. Inhale in. Exhale out. Really good. One more breath. Really stretching out any of them tensions from the side of the torso from using the laptop or computer all week. And then after your next breath, very gently come back up to center. Just hold the right arm in the sky for a second. Really notice as the blood starts to flow down the right arm. And then as you gently lower the right arm, just notice the fresh blood as it starts to rush through that right arm. And inversion is great for really turning things on the head and getting a fresh blood pumping to different parts of the body. Notice any sensations in your right arm compared to your left. Make sure you're sitting nice and straight, and then when you are, you're going to reach up to the sky with your left hand. Again, the right hand is just there purely for cosmetic reasons. It's just grazing the mat. It's not doing any work. Let's reach up nice and tall, and then let's exhale over to the right with the left hand. So reaching as if you've got something on top of a tray or the top shelf. Reach in with that left hand on the inhale. On the exhale, see if you can soften. Inhale, reach. Exhale, soften into the pose. Remember to inhale for 3. And out for 3. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Make sure that chest is forward, so I can even see myself in the camera. You wouldn't be able to read the writing on my t-shirt, so make sure that your t-shirt's facing forward. Mine would say, we just won the Premier League, by the way. Sorry, Steph. But we did. Take 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, you're going to gently reach up to the sky. Again, hold that left arm there. Really notice as the blood starts to rush down the arm as we're in inversion. And then you're going to gently place that left arm to the side. Notice any sensations between the left and the right arm. And then when you're ready, you're going to gently release your feet in front of you. Let's butterfly the legs. So in butterfly, the soles and the feet come together. If that's not possible, then you can just place your feet onto the floor. Doesn't matter how close your feet are to you. The closer your feet will be to the pelvis, then the deeper the stretch will be. Just use this as a real opportunity to just check in with your own pelvis. So soles of the feet together. Sit up nice and tall. Imagine again from the base of your spine to the top of your head is one nice straight line. Hands are going to come to your knees. And then when you're ready, you're going to fold to the hips. Keep your back nice and straight, so don't round into the back. Keep your back nice and straight and see if you can fold from the hips. And you should get to a point where your body can't go any further without rounding. Once you get there, drop your hands in front of you. If they come to the feet, then just clasp the feet with the hands. Hang on 1 second, sorry, I think I'll assist you. What's wrong? What happened? I'm really sorry, I'm going to have to open the door. So I feel like in yoga, the main thing is forgiveness. So you should all have to forgive me for that little bit of a distraction. Sorry, this is still up to self-help. So in butterfly legs, fold it over. So you can bring your hands to your feet. Really let the hips fold over. And then as you exhale, see if you can walk your feet gently further away. Take an inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. Gently walk your hands back towards your sitting bones. Release your feet in front of you. Feet are going to come to the mat. To the side so I can show you. So feet are going to the mat. Feet and knees are nice and wide. And then we're going to windscreen wipe the feet. So you're going to, sorry, the knees. So your knees are going to fall to the left. And then they're going to fall to the right. Really let them drop as much as you can. If the hips come off the ground, that's okay. Inhale left, exhale right. Let's do that together. Inhale for 3 to the left, exhale for 3 to the right. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. Gently come back to center. See if you can sit up nice and tall. Feet are going to come to the ground. Hands are going to come to the front of your knees. And then just imagine that you're sitting nice and tall. Imagine you're shining your chest to the sky. And then on the inhale, you're going to reach to the sky. And the exhale, cactus the arms down. Look up to the sky and really imagine that your heart is shining towards the sky. As you inhale, bring the hands in front of the face. Exhale, back to cactus. Inhale, hands forward. So the feet are pushing into the mat. Exhale down to cactus. Inhale forward. Exhale cactus. Gently cross your legs. Come forward onto your hands and knees. Coming into tabletop position. So for our tabletop today, we want to really make sure that the hands are stacked under the shoulders. The hips are directly stacked on top of the knees. We're going to push the back of the feet into the mat, and you're going to push the knees and the shins into the mat. Notice what this does to the core. Notice what it does to the glutes. Really spread your fingers into the mat. I want you to push through the mat with the base of the thumb and the base of the wrist, and then the top of each finger. So really clasp into the mat. Push into the mat with the top of the feet, really feel the core engaged. And then when you're ready, you're going to take circles with the hips. So let's take our hips over to the left, bring them forward slightly, and then draw a circle with your hips to the right, and then back round. So we're going to inhale the hips left, bring them back round on the exhale. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Continuing to do some circles with the hips. And then after 2 more breaths, you're going to change the direction of your circle. Take your hips to the right, up, and to the left, and down. Right, up, left, and down. Inhale in, exhale out. When you're ready, 1 more circle. You're going to come back to center. We're going to do a couple of cat-cows. So a really good example of using that belly breath that we talked about at the start of class in the pranayama. So start with a neutral spine. Push your feet into the mat. Push your hands into the mat. Nice and strong. Look in between your hands. So you've got a nice neutral spine, gazing into the ground. Find that halfway point between you're not sticking your belly out, but equally you're not sucking your belly in so much that you're holding your breath. And then we're going to move in between pushing the belly out and then pulling the belly in. So on the inhale, we're going to look up, drop the belly, and this is where we want to fill the belly with as much air as we can. And then on the exhale, looking down in between your navel, really pull the belly button towards the spine, push into the mat. So inhale, push out with a Buddha belly. Exhale, look down to your knees, scoop that belly button in, engage the abs. As we inhale, look up, we don't want the abs to work. We want the abs to switch off as we look up, fill the belly with air. As we exhale, we start to engage the abs as they draw the stomach up and push into the mat, round into the upper spine. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. So imagine that the core is leading the movement here. So you're pivoting up and down with the hip in a nice C shape each way. Taking a couple more of these at your own pace. You're going to inhale in, exhale out. And then you're going to gently come back to center. You're going to keep your knees and your hips exactly where they are. So imagine they're frozen in ice. Oh, that would be nice, absolutely roasting. You're going to walk your hands away from you, and you're going to gently melt your heart to the ground. So it might be that you just get about halfway, or it might be that you just a bit forward, that's fine. Just see if you can make sure that your bum is above your knees. So we don't want to bring the hips forward. We want the knees and the hips to be in line. You can bring your chin or your forehead to the mat. The aim of this pose is to melt the heart to the ground, so you can put your chin on the mat for a bit of a deeper stretch. Coming into puppy dog. Remember the back of the feet, they can be there to help you, so push them into the mat, push your hands into the mat, push the forearms into the mat. And here we really want belly breath. So we don't want to use the abs here because we're having a bit of a back bend instead. So let's inhale for 3, feel the belly rise. Exhale, feel the belly fall. It's not often you get to enjoy your belly feeling bloated. So inhale, feel your belly rise. Exhale, feel it fall, melt that chest to the ground a little bit more. Inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. As you exhale out, gently bring the weight back into the heels. Keep the arms where they are, let them drag back a little bit, and you're going to come straight into child's pose. So the difference between puppy dog and child's pose is very, very small. It's basically just the hips are high. In child's pose, we're still trying to melt the heart into the ground, but it's just the heels, the weight is back into the heels. Again, in child's breath, we want deep belly breath. So deep inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. As you inhale for 3, I want you to imagine you're trying to breathe in as much oxygen as possible. As you exhale, feel all that stale oxygen leaving through the nose. One more deep breath. And then when you're ready, gently come back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes into the mat, toes come to the mat, And then we're going to come up through downward dog. So either coming straight to downward dog, or if you want a bit of a challenge to get rid of any stagnant energy, you're going to gently lift your knees off the ground. And then this is where we want to engage the core. So as you breathe in, engage the core, keep it nice and strong, but see if you can really fill the belly. Hover their knees, inhale in, exhale, lift the hips to the sky and push that back to downward dog. So walk your legs out, walk your hands, walk wherever you need to get your downward dog. So you want to bend your knees, have the heels to the floor, lift your bum up to the sky really high, and then see if you can imagine that you're melting your heart to the top of your thighs. So the idea is you've got a nice V shape. You should be looking in between your feet. Really bring the hips up, knees can be bent. And then option to hold the downward dog if that feels good. Otherwise, you're going to inhale up onto your tiptoes, and then you're going to take both of the heels over to the left, so the toes are pointing to the right. Inhale up, exhale over to the right. Inhale up, exhale over to the left. Inhale up, over to the right. Inhale back to downward dog, really melt the heels to the ground. And then when you're ready, you're going to step forward with your left foot. Let's drop here and do one quick lunge before we come to standing. So in low lunge, your left foot is in the floor, knee nice and bent. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Option to keep your arms up into the sky. Or if you want a bit of a deeper stretch, you can place your hands on the back of the lower back. Push your hips forward. Shine that heart to the sky. Especially being on a laptop all day. Like when the Hulk rips his shirt off, it's like ripping the laptop off. Your arms are the complete opposite way. Gently come back down. Walk your hands either side of the foot. Bring your weight back and lift that left toe up. So really getting into the back of the left leg here. Option to place your hand on your left thigh, or you can just keep them either side of the leg. Use the breath here. So inhale for 3 belly breath. Exhale for 3 belly breath. So we want a belly breath here because there's absolutely no point in engaging the abs because we're in a leg stretch. So if we can use a belly breath, we get more oxygen in the body, we turn on the nervous system to relax. Gently take that left knee back, step forward with the right foot this time. Lean forward in the lunge, make sure that your knee doesn't go above you, in front of your toe. Inhale to reach up to the sky. Option to place your hands on the back of the lower, on the lower back. Lean forward. Connect back in with the breath. Inhale in. Exhale out. Really connect with the breath. Imagine you're breathing like you're thirsty. When you're really thirsty, you can't get enough drink in your mouth as quick as possible. Breathe like that. So really take a deep inhale. And exhale. Gently bring that foot back. Lift the right toes. Hands can come either side of the right leg. Again, you can put your hands on your right thigh if you need to. Or maybe either side of the right leg. Fill that belly with breath. Inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Gently bring that right knee back. You're going to place your hand into the mat. See if you can hop your feet up and then hop your feet up to meet your hands. Gently rise into standing. Your head the last thing to come up. Come to standing. If you want to take a drink, now's a good time to take one before we do the standing poses. And now we have time to have a cold shower before we do the standing poses. A Scotch yawl. I just realised because I've got a white bra on it. I look like I'm see-through because I think I'm the same colour as my bra. Breeze with being pale skinned. So feet together, knees together, thighs together into Tadasana. Let's stand nice and tall like a mountain. If you're at your mat, then you can go to the top of the mat or the middle. Just make sure you've got some room behind you. I want you to inhale your shoulders to your ears. And then as you exhale, imagine you're squeezing your shoulder blades together and then gently bring them down. So inhale, shoulders to ears. Can't talk. Exhale, roll them down. Keep your arms nice and heavy. Pick a nice space between your chin and your chest. Almost if you've got like a grapefruit or something in your chin and your chest. Pick a focus point in front of you. Feel the feet rooting through the ground before we start to move through the standing poses. You're going to put a gentle bend in the knee. And then you're going to really sweep your arms up either side, reach to the sky, and then exhale down to heart center. Bending the knee. Inhale for 3 as you reach up. Exhale, come down. And again, inhale, really reach up. Exhale, come down. Working towards some balancing poses. We're going to see if we can bring all the weight onto the left foot. You can start by pointing the right foot in front of you, and then see if you can bring your right knee in front of the chest. See if you can hug, the pelvis, not the chest. Hug your right knee in. Option to stay there. We have the option to take the right knee with the right hand. Take the right knee out to the side. Make sure that left leg is nice and strong. Use your left arm to balance you. So imagine your left arm's reaching to the left and your right leg reaching to the right. If you can get that equilibrium between the pull, then it'll give you a lot more balance. Pick something to look at. As always, I've got my Glastonbury lanyards right in front of me, where unfortunately a lot of people should be today, but hey ho, this is our healing fields today. Gently bring the knee back in front of you. Option if you want to extend it a little bit more, see if you can grab that big toe on the right foot. You can just bring the foot back into the groin area. Well, then see if you can stretch that right foot out in front of you. Give yourself a bit of a challenge. I'm feeling a bit courageous today, so option to take that out to the right. Use that left hand to keep you balanced. Left leg's nice and strong. Hold it for as long as you can, using the breath, and then knee back to center. Release out. Give your legs a kick out. Shake off any of that energy. Hands are going to come either side. We're going to connect back into the breath, and we're going to really use belly breath again. Inhale for 5 this time. Fill that belly with air. Hold at the top of your breath for 5. And then exhale out. And again together. Let's inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top of your breath. And exhale, let it go. Gentle bounce in the knee. Sweep the arms up, reach up. Exhale down to heart. Gentle bounce in the knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down. This time all the weight comes into the right foot. Left foot either points in front, or maybe you bring it up to your knee. Knee up to your chest, sorry. Grab the left hand with the knee. You can put your hand on your hip, or if you need to hold a wall, then you can do. The key is getting that right leg nice and strong. So make sure that your knee's locked out. Inhale, lift your knee up. As you want to exhale, you can take that knee out to the left. Use the right hand. So the right hand's reaching to the right. The left knee's reaching to the left. So by the law of gravity, you'll feel more balanced because you've got a pull in each direction. Option if you want to take it a little bit further, see if you can grab that left toe, the big toe, with your left hand. Take the foot in front of you. Nice and strong, take it out to the left. One side's always better than the other. That's definitely my better side, so I'm not falling over. Use your breath, use a focus point. Just play with your balance, try and have a little bit of fun, and then when you're ready, release it out. Coming back to center in Tadasana. Hands facing forward. Gently close down the eyes. Wait to connect back in with the breath. Take a deep inhale through your nose. As you exhale, feel the feet nice and rooted through the ground. As you inhale through the nose. As you exhale, I want you to notice the heart rate. As you inhale in. As you exhale, notice the temperature on the skin. Inhale in. Feel the belly fill with air. Exhale. Feel the negative energy leave the body. Gently blink the eyes open. You're going to step your feet in more than hip width distance out. Your feet are going to be pointed out, so pointing out either side. And then we're going to come into the hips and also a bit of a shoulder bend as well. So your hands are going to come to your knees. You're going to come to a place where you can lean over the body. Not very graceful, it is always looks like you're going to vomit in the toilet pose. What you're going to do is you're going to inhale your right shoulder towards your left knee. Really bend over at the hips and then move over left shoulder to the right knee. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Hands to your hips, come back to standing. We're going to move through goddess pose. So in goddess pose, we reach to the sky with our hands on the inhale. On the exhale, we keep our head and pelvis in alignment. So we want a nice straight line. But we drop the hips in between the knees, squat down, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down to goddess pose. As you inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach down, feel nice and strong. Inhale, reach up, really engage them abs as you reach up. As you exhale down, make the abs nice and strong, really sink the pelvis. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale, reach up. This time, exhale down and see if you can hold in goddess. I want you to squeeze your bum and tilt your pelvis forward. So imagine you're pushing your belly button back and you're tucking your bum under like you've got a tail. Hold there and see if you can pulse your knees slightly. So we're just trying to create some energy this Friday so that you can really enjoy the relaxation, get rid of any negative energy from the week, start the weekend afresh. Gently straighten the legs, walk the feet back in to meet each other. Let's inhale, reach up, and then as you exhale, let's do a forward fold and come to halfway lift. So nice neutral gaze to the ground so you've got a neutral neck. See if you can push your bum away from you so you get a nice deep stretch in the back of the legs. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale in. Exhale out. Gently come to standing. And then when you come to standing, I want you to shoot your hands up above you to the sky. Come onto your tiptoes as much as you can. Really bend your toes, bend the feet, so you feel as if you're creasing over the toes. Reach up as much as you can. And then exhale, arms and heels down. Inhale, tiptoes. Exhale down. Inhale, tiptoes. Exhale down. Inhale, tiptoes. Exhale down. Coming back down to the mat. Start to cool down in relaxation. You're going to inhale up and then see if you can come down through a squat. So maybe coming onto your toes, bending your knees, bringing the sitting bones down to the back of your heels. See if you can hover here. See if you can reach to the sky. And then gently catch yourself as you come back down to the mat. As you start to do a cooler practice. Because it's so hot. So coming down to the mat. First of all, we're going to place our feet into the mat. Back, head and neck come completely down. Knees are bent. You're going to walk your feet away from each other and you're going to let the knees knock into the centre line of the body. So the centre line of the body is if you were going to draw a line from the top of your head to the middle of the big toes. So the knees are in line with the belly button. Feet are out, and I want you to really switch off the hips. Notice the rate of the breath, which is the rate of the heartbeat. If you've got any distracting thoughts, then gently bring your awareness back to the inhale and exhale. When you're ready, gently walking your feet back closer together. Feet are going to come back hip width distance. Walk your heels close enough so that you can touch the back of your heels. We're going to work towards bridge. So in bridge pose, to set up a bridge pose, we need to do a couple of things first. First thing we need to do is we need to push into the ground with the feet. So push into the ground with the feet, and you might even feel the hips very gently. They might not come off the mat, but they might just move slightly more. So really use the feet when you're in the bridge. The next thing we need to do is engage the glutes. So keep your bum on the floor, but just squeeze your bum. Really squeeze the bum cheeks. And then exhale, release. So as we start to move into bridge, you're going to take a deep inhale. Open your mouth, exhale out. On your next inhale, push your feet into the mat, squeeze your glutes, and then once you've done them two things, hands can come either side, palms facing up. You're going to inhale your hips all the way to the sky. Really lead the movement with your glutes. Exhale, release back down to the mat. Inhale, reach up with the hips. Exhale, up, down. Inhale up. Option to hold at the top. Place your hands underneath your bum and walk your shoulder blades in. So we're in full bridge. So the shoulders kind of push up a little bit further. Push into the mat with your feet. You can even come up onto your tiptoes if that feels better. Use your breath. Watch your belly rise and fall. And then when you exhale, gently go back down to the mat. Turn my knees down a bit, to the ground. Doing a couple more of them. As you inhale, push into the mat, lift your hips to the sky. As you exhale, gently lower. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Option to bring the arms in this time. As you inhale, bring the arms above your head. Hips go up. Exhale, arms come down. Hips come down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down. Option to make a bit more of a restorative bridge pose. So you can either continue to inhale, lift and lower the hips if that feels quite nice and you've got quite a lot of energy tonight. Otherwise, you're going to grab a block or a cushion or a pillow or a jumper and just place it under the back of the hips. So we want the hips to be very gently off the ground. Hands can come to the belly or they can come either side. So we've got a very small inversion with the hips. I want you to really connect back in with the breath. Let's inhale for 3 belly breath. Make that Buddha belly as you exhale out. So as we inhale in, we're letting our belly push out like a Buddha belly. As we exhale out, the belly falls and that pushes all the air out through the nose. Inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Option to make the inversion slightly further or deeper by bringing your knees to your chest. Your hips can still sit on the block of the cushion. But just see if you can tuck your knees closer to your chest so you've got a bit more of an inversion. Cross your ankles if that feels nice. Take a deep inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. Gently release the feet back down to the mat, lift the hips up, and then remove the block of the cushion. And then we're going to come to reverse pigeon. So if you'd rather take pigeon, pigeon, then feel free to take that. Otherwise, for more restorative pigeon, lay on our back, you're going to inhale your left foot down, bend your left foot, left knee, and place your left foot on your right thigh. First thing you're going to do is you're going to reach forward to your hands on either side of your right leg, and then see if you can bring your right knee towards you and grasp the back of the right thigh. So making sure we're aligned in reverse pigeon. See if your hips have automatically gone to the left because the left leg's bent. See if you can make sure that the right knee and the hip are in a straight line. And then when you're ready, let's inhale together. Exhale, see if you can bring that right leg closer towards you. Listen to the body and what it's telling you. If you listen hard enough, you start to really connect with the body, it will tell you what it needs. Does your leg need to go to the right slightly? Do you need to push against your left thigh with that left elbow? Inhale in. Exhale, bring that right leg slightly closer. Option just take the stretch that next step further by changing the hands, and instead of on the back of the right thigh, you're going to clasp the front of the right shin. So really holding that right knee in towards the chest. You should have a nice stretch down the left glute. To the left bum, the left hip. Inhale in. Exhale, bring that right leg closer. Inhale in. Exhale, bring it closer. Inhale in. Exhale, closer. A few more breaths here to see if you can create a little bit more space. On the exhale, as you bring that leg closer. After your next exhale, gently release that right leg to the floor. Change the leg so left foot comes to the mat, right foot stretches out, right leg to the left thigh. Reach forward from the back of the left thigh. Make sure you're nice and straight again, so is the left knee above the left hip. And then see if you can gently bring that left leg towards you. Notice if there's one different side to the other. Again, it's just being a bit curious about your own body. Noticing where we hold tension and where we've got weaknesses and strengths. Take a deep inhale in, and let's really pull out the left knee towards the chest on the exhale. So feel a stretch here in the right glute. Inhale in, exhale. Option to take it further by holding that left shin instead of the back thigh. Flex the right foot so you've got a nice, strong stretch in the right leg. Inhale in, exhale out. Inhale in, exhale out. Bring that left leg a little bit closer. Create that space. Use the exhale to create the space, let the body move a little bit further into the pose. So by moving further into the pose, we mean physically extending the stretch further, but also letting the body be still. So if the mind's racing, just let the body be still. Bring your awareness to the breath. Take 2 more deep breaths. And then after your last exhale, you're going to gently release that leg to the floor. Gently bring both feet to the ground. Walk your feet away from each other and just sway your knees from left to right. Really getting an internal rotation into the hips here as the knees roll in to the center. And then when you're ready, gently back to center. You're going to come over onto the right into a fetal position. And then gently push yourself back up to a seated position. Coming onto your bum, we're going to come to shoelace pose. So there's a couple of stages you can take for this pose depending on how flexible your hips are and any issues you've got with your knees. So the first one you can do is your right leg's going to be out in front of you, and you can see if you can just place your left leg over your right leg. And then you're going to see if you can walk that left leg as close as you can and hook it towards the body. So that's one option for you. Another option to make it a little bit deeper is bend that right leg. So keep the left leg where it is, bend the right leg so that your right knee is on the ground, and you're going to see if you can make the left knee on top of the right knee. So you've got a couple of options. Right leg straight, left leg bent over, on top of the right knee. See if you can bend that right knee. You can keep the foot on the ground and keep the left knee high. But to come into full shoelace pose, the knees are stacked on top of each other. Feet are either side. You can walk the feet slightly away so the knees are really stacked. Again, try not to be frustrated or judgmental if you can't get into the part of the pose that you want to. Just listen to the body and see if you can find a way where the left leg is on top of the right leg and you've got a bend into the left knee. So hands are going to come either side and you're going to sit nice and tall. Remember in our posture, gently drop the shoulder blades, drop the chin and chin and the chest's got a nice space in between it. If you're in full shoelace pose, you can grab hold of your feet if that feels nice. I quite like to grab my toes. And then you're going to gently bend at the hips and see if you can fold your chest over your knees. Hands can come in front of you. You can use a cushion here to catch you, or you can grab hold of your toes and just let your chest melt over. If you've got your right leg straight, then you're just going to hook that left knee in towards you and just bring your chest closer towards the left. So we're getting quite a deep stretch in the glutes here. Perfect song if we're all in unison. Spotify, song really brings you to the moment. So I want you to focus on the sounds you can hear in the room. I want you to focus on your breath. I want you to focus on anything that's happened this week that you've brought to the mat this evening that you'd like to leave without. maybe a negative situation, maybe an argument, maybe a stressful self-doubt day, whatever it was that's happened. See if you can leave it on the mat as you gently melt it away with the breath. Tuck your chin to your chest, see if you can let your head really drop to the knees. Notice where you're holding on to tension in the body. Soften with the breath. Let the weight of the chest on top of the knees really help you deepen the stretch. Take 2 more deep breaths. And when you're ready, you're going to very slowly come back up, release your legs. Windscreen might be knees from side to side very gently. Give your legs a kick out, whatever it is that you need. This time straightening the left leg, bending the right leg over the left leg. Option to stay there if that's enough for you, and you're just going to hook the knee in, try and fold over. Otherwise, you're going to bend that left leg, bring the left foot towards the left bum cheek, the right bum cheek, and see if you can stack the knees on top of each other. So the exact same, but just the opposite side. Find what's happening for you, where's working for you tonight. Option to grab your toes, or maybe put your hands in front of you. Inhale in, exhale, fold over the chest. As you inhale in, deep breath in, as you exhale out, let the chest fall further towards the ground. Close down the eyes. Really let the hips and the glutes and the thigh muscles switch off. Let the chest fall on top of the knee as much as you can. Really extend your inhale and exhale. Take 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, you're going to gently walk your hands back to your hips. Release the legs in front of you. Stretch them out down the mat. Coming back to set yourself up for Shavasana. I recommend here that you use cushions in Shavasana. So maybe under the back of your knees, maybe under the back of your heart, or even just underneath your heels so that your feet are slightly off the ground. Setting yourself up for corpse pose. Lying down on your back, hands either side of the mat. Hands either side of the body even. Palms facing upwards. See if you can walk the hands slightly away from the body. Walk the shoulders down away from the ears. Take any last stretches or itches or drinks or anything that you need to before Shavasana. And then when you're ready, gently close down the eyes. So as we move towards Shavasana and relaxation, this evening we're going to work with the concept of letting ourselves surrender to the pose. So for the last few months, it's been very surreal, crazy times. We've had to prepare for the unknown and adapt as things change quite often. So as you begin to prepare for Shavasana and really relax into the pose, notice if there's any challenges in letting yourself completely let go, completely be still. Not constantly distracting ourselves, feeling as if we're rushing to the next task. Completely let go of the breath, let the body do its thing with the breath. Bring your awareness to the body. Repeat silently in your head. I fully surrender to Shavasana. I fully surrender to Shavasana. All the poses that we've done this evening, you've done that, you've created the energy, you've moved your body, you've released built up tension, built up emotions, preparing the body for this moment. And you can mentally and physically let go of any tension you're holding. Let the body press the reset button. Come back to the present moment. Just experience what's happening for the body today. Feel the weight of the head into the mat. Feel the weight of the shoulders into the mat and the ground. Notice any tension in the forehead. Any tension in the jaw. Any tension in the tongue. Notice the throat, front of the throat by the voice box. Looking down the chest into the stomach. Feel the weight of the hips into the floor, the glutes, the legs, the hips, all being completely heavy. Remembering that mantra silently in your head. Fully surrender to Shavasana. Feeling the full weight of the body into the mat. Feel supported by the earth, supported by the ground, supported by the body and the breath that continues to work for us 24/7. Keep it. Letting yourself relish in the moment of Shavasana. Almost as if you're like a butter in a pan, gently melting away. Just imagine the body gently softening. During the last few breaths of Shavasana, really let the body be heavy. And then before we move out of Shavasana, I want you to scrunch up your hands into fists, really tight, and then release. And again, really scrunch your fists, and then release. Really scrunch your face up, your nose, your mouth, your eyes, really scrunch them up, and release. Scrunch all the muscles of the face up into a ball, and then release. Gently rock your head from side to side. Let your head fall to the right and let it fall completely. Stretching the muscles of the left neck. Let the head fall to the left. Feel the stretch down. Rolling over onto your favourite side, left or right. Come into fetal position. Tuck your knees to your chest. Gently bring your awareness back to the room, listening to sounds, maybe smells, maybe the temperature, maybe a breeze through the window. Whatever it is to bring your awareness back to the present moment. And then when you're ready, and not a moment before, use your hands to push yourself seated. We're going to finish with a quick pranayama breath exercise. So finding a seated position, maybe on your knees, maybe sitting on your bum, maybe leaning against the wall, wherever it is. Take a couple of shoulder rolls once you come back up to sitting. Gently open the eyes, but I want you to pick a point in front of you on the floor to focus on. Your hands on your belly, so on top of the belly button. And then we're going to do deep belly breathing, but we're going to do deep belly exhales. So whereas before at the start of class, we did pranayama to let the belly extend like a Buddha belly. What we're going to do here is we're going to take a deep inhale, and we're going to have 5 really strong exhales, but you're going to scoop the belly in as you do it. So we'll do a couple of examples. So if you take a deep breath in first of all, exhale to clear any energy. Then take a deep inhale. You're going to exhale through your mouth for 5 short breaths. So So you should feel the belly push in and out as you exhale. So let's try that again. You're going to take a deep inhale in. Exhale for 5 through the mouth. Again, inhale in. 5, really pump the belly from your stomach out the mouth. Inhale in for 6. See if you can do 6 exhales through the mouth. Inhale in for 6. Exhale out for 6. Last one. Inhale in for 6. Exhale out 6 breaths through the mouth. Gently release the hands either side. Scoop up all that energy either side of you. Grab it at the top in prayer and bring it down to your heart center. And again, really scoop all that energy in a Friday night. Bring it back down to your heart. Hands come to prayer, heart center. Really look down to your hands. Reflect back on your intention at the start of the class. Notice how different the body feels now. Be grateful to spending the time on a Friday evening and also grateful to the yoga practice. Gently bringing your hands up to your third eye for a weekend with kind thoughts. Hands to your lips for a weekend with kind words. And hands to your heart for a healthy, happy weekend. Thank you for spending an hour with me to share your energy on a Friday evening. The light in me sees, acknowledge the light in you. Namaste. Namaste. Oh, have a fabulous weekend, everyone.
Thanks, Anna.
You're welcome. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Anna.
Thank you, Anna.